record. Okay. Right. So in FM, we have points, right? So as your points and your personal points start accumulating and your team points start accumulating when you and your team members are purchasing products, you will start reaching higher and higher levels. So each level has to be a certain amount of group points reached. So group points are your personal points plus all the points that happen in your team. So that means these are the people that you invited, and the people that they invited, and the people that they invited, and so on ad infinitum, right? So at the end of the month, the company will look at how many points your whole team has generated, and that will show which achievement level you achieved, and that in turn will determine how much commission you're going to be paid for that month, right? So as you can see here, you have 3%, 6%, 9%, 12%, and so on. And the higher the percentage level, the more you will be paid. So whereas at 3% level, you might be paid just a couple of pounds. At 21% level, you can get around £1,000 in commission, which is not bad at all, knowing that that is a passive income, right? Which means that you once you've built your team to a certain size, you will keep getting that month after month after month after month. So you do the work once and you get paid for the rest of your life. So even if, God forbid, you get ill or you go away on holiday or anything else that happens, it doesn't affect your income because your income is no longer dependent just on your own efforts, like in a job or like if you just sell products, right? Here you get income which is passive income, right? So saying that then, I want to show you an example of a structure, right? So let me see if I can drag this thing.
By the way, guys, do you know exactly what Gavin is now showing? Where we can get such a tool?
Exactly. So if you don't know what I'm using what is called FM Simulator. So if you go onto the official FM website, which is uk.fmworld.com, and log on with your ID number and password, on the left side, on all the menus there, one of them you'll see it'll say FM Simulator. If you click on that, it'll ask you to log in again with your ID and password, and you will have this type of simulator where you can simulate different structures. So let's say this is an end of the month, like yesterday was. So you can literally make your own structure on that simulator. This is you, this is how many personal points you've done, and then all of your team members, all of your groups, and it will show you how much commission, obviously right now you're getting paid, but then you can play around with it. You can play around by adding some points and saying, well, what if I do an extra 500 points and I reach a higher level? What would that do to my commission, etc.? And that's exactly what we want to share with you today, because a lot of people don't know about this. Not the simulator, but they don't know about the fact that sometimes you can be very, very close to the next level, and just by adding a couple of points to your whole point turnover, you can hit the next level up and double your commission, or earn a lot more commission than you would have got for the first level, right? So what I wanted to show you here today is an example structure, right? So this is a 12% structure, as you can see on your screen, with a person who've done 851 personal points, and in total in their group, they have 11,535 points, right?
So I will interact a little bit. Every one of you can base, doesn't matter which structure you can create. You can check, you can put on each of these persons points that group accumulated, yeah? It's not necessary to be, if it's in one leg, just right amount of group points of that leg. Just in this case, they not allowed us, simulator not allowed us to put points after comma.
Yeah, of course. But that doesn't affect that much. Yeah, but basically by clicking on the red plus sign there, as you can see, you can basically add as many groups as you want. So for example, if you at the moment have 5 groups, or maybe you only have 3 groups, you can just add 3 and add the points that are in each of those groups to see how your structure looks. In this case, this person's structure, they have, as you can see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 legs, right? And each leg has a different amount of points. As you can see, one leg is 900 points, other leg is 102, other 343, other 1341, etc., etc., etc. So each leg has a different amount of points, but it totals up to 11,535 points, right? Which means that with this structure, this person is now at 12% level, and their current commission is 167 pounds, right? Which is not bad, you know, a good commission, right? However, if we go quickly back to the previous slide, you can see that 12% is up to 11,999 points. And from 12,000 points, already you have reached 15% level, which means your commission jumps up, right? So if we go back here, we can see that this person has 11,535 points, which means they are only 465 points away from 15%, from the next level up, right? So now let's have a look what would happen if that person went ahead and bought personally some products that would total up to 465 points. What would that do with their commissions and earnings?
And again, I will add to that if it's not such amount, maybe you can do this on your own. But if you motivate lower level people,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Maybe you don't need to add at all.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was about to talk about that, but later on. But that's okay. So basically, what happens here? This person, if they add personal 468 points, that means, as you can see below in the structure, now they've reached 15% level, right? And you can see that straight away their commission goes up to 250 pounds. And before it was 167, right? So that means they get an extra 83 pounds commission. But of course, these products are not for free, right? So they have to purchase these products. So let's say last month we had a promotion on Ruby, right? The Ruby set was 450 points, and still it carries on. So that set is 62 pounds. And we add another shower gel, right? Just to make up the points, which is 18 points. And that costs £4.49. So that's a total of £66.49 for the products. So the person spends £66 and they get £83 in extra commission, right? Which means once you take away the product price from the commission, they're left with £16 profit and a bunch of free products, right? So, you know, sometimes you might not, you know, want to spend money to use products for yourself. Maybe you're buying products to sell, etc. But here, it's an opportunity to get free products, right? It could have been vitamins, or it could have been a facial cream, it could have been a shower gel, or whatever you like, right? So any product, basically now this person gets free products in the value of over £60, right? In distributor price, right? But if they choose that, okay, now they got these products for free, what if they decide to sell these products at a full price? Well, the large Ruby is £70 selling price. The small Ruby that you get in a set is £18 selling price. And the shower gel is £6.99, which means that's £94.99 profit. So if the person got these products for free and decided to sell them, that's another £90, £95 on top of that £16 extra that they got. Not to mention the prestige, you know, the motivation. There's one thing to be at one level, but if you're at the higher level, straight away you are in a better mood, you have a better motivation. It motivates your team as well because they see that, okay, my sponsor is also progressing in the business, etc. So it adds a lot. And in this example, of course, we're using 12%, which goes into 15%. But you might have a case where you're at 15% and you're about to go into 18%. Then the jump in commission is much higher. Or you might be at 18% and you're about to go to 21%. Again, the jump in commission is even higher. And there you have things like qualifying for the car, you know, and things like that. Same, sometimes you have, you know, from 21 and hitting Pearl Orchid. Again, you can qualify for Mercedes and things like that. So you have to take into account what would happen if I hit that higher level. Because again, in UK, we have a bunch of incentives, right? When you reach certain levels, you can get extra bonuses. Some of them are one-off cash bonuses. Some of them are, you know, every month you can get those bonuses and things like that. So you need to always have a look in your structure. First of all, your own, because you're building this business for yourself, right? First of all. So you have a look at your own structure and see, okay, am I close to the next level? What would happen if I added these points, right? Because sometimes you might think, oh, it's not worth for me to buy products worth 468 points, right? But as you can see in this case, once you calculate it, you can see that it's a no-brainer, right? I mean, it's you get the money back anyway by hitting the higher level. That means you get free products, right? So who would say no to free products, right? But also, like Irina mentioned earlier on, that you can also have a look in your team. You know, so you might be, let's say you're 1,000 points away from the next level, or maybe you 2,000 points away from the next level. What about to do the same exercise with your team members? If you have a look at the structure that I made here, for example, the fourth from the right, you can see that person is at 6% and they have 2,990 group points. What does that mean? They are just 600 points away from 9% level, right? So if you
or first person on the left, 900 means 400 points away from 12%.
Exactly. So if you look through the structure, you can very often find that there's somebody 100 points away from the next level, somebody 500 points away. So if you talk to each of those people in your team, because again, very often brand new people, they've got no idea, right? They haven't even logged on onto the website. They haven't even know what the points are, etc. Like new people, very often they register, they sell products, and they don't even look at the back office, right? So sometimes you call this brand new person and go, hey, by the way, you're only so many points away from the next level. Have you got any orders to place? Because if you place them today, you will go and progress up to the higher level and you will get more commission, etc. So just by speaking to your team members, you can quickly generate more points within your team. I remember the first time when we hit Pearl Orchid, we were short, I think about 10,000 points. And literally by calling through the whole of our team and asking people, hey, have you got any orders to place? Hey, you close to the next level, etc. Hey, you know, this and that, etc. Just speaking to our team and obviously placing some orders ourselves, we managed to meet those points and actually hit the Pearl Orchid level. Right? But obviously we didn't do it by ourselves, because by ourselves, 10,000 points is like, it's really a lot of points, isn't it? But when you share it within the team and other leaders try to hit higher levels within your team, it becomes a lot more possible to do even bigger things. You know, look at Irina. You know, her Jasper Star is not a Jasper Star. It's just a combination of few golden orchids, few amaranth orchids, few pearl orchids, etc. Right? So it all comes, together because she has leaders who want to hit certain levels, and then those leaders have leaders under themselves who want to hit certain levels. So it all sort of comes together as a puzzle. And Irina, of course, as a big brain, at the top, organizes the whole thing and helps people to hit it. What would you like to add, Irina?
I could say we need more often to analyze our situation and with our team involved. So if that would be as a habit, we need to practice and practice and practice. We can reach very high levels. And of course, that is responsibility, because we as leaders would like remain on the same level and go higher. But without our team, what if I ask Gediminas in which level he's planning to be in this group, and he later said, oh, it's like too much points missing, I don't want to do it. But when we're planning, it is like taking some responsibility to talk to some amount of people. So now, if you were not very happy about your results, of course, we all wanted to go higher and higher. Then we will have our details in a few days in back office in the archival tree. Go on a simulator, put situation, and add in some teams some points, and maybe your personal points, and you will see what you could get. Because here, so if you're in UK, you can see, you can click and you can see everything in pounds. If you're in Europe, you can see in euros. So it's so good, and you could know exactly, because people scared to do things when they don't know what result was going to be. if you really will know how much you'll get for a certain amount of points, people much easier could do that step.
Absolutely.
And that's step by step. And from this February, this month would be a few days shorter. But we got Valentine's Day. Now we got a lot of promotions. If we teach people to use those promotions and go up a ladder, so then means we'll have a lot of cars, Mercedes driving on the roads, paid by company. Also, we would be closer to our holiday because it's not worth already end of year thing. What could be done? Now we need to act. Now we need practice ourselves. Who don't know where this tool is, contact your sponsors, contact Gediminas or me personally. We can go through your situation personally.
Absolutely.
But I realize when we just sending information, people do this, do that, we're not doing actually. Even when you saying, so now I, with person I'm talking, I trying, open my screen and showing exactly what to do, what steps, where to find this information. Because our company's website is so like, maybe like modern. So a lot of features I sometimes finding it already exists long time, but I didn't know because I never like clicked on that icon. Yeah. So I really get more like deeper in what's on our websites, what's in our countries, what is, and listen for sponsors, what they're telling, what suggesting.
Definitely,
and
definitely.
Analyzing this like situation. By the way, this is a real situation. I just will not tell you any name, and Gediminas even don't know whose figures I gave him to prepare this presentation. But I think it's quite interesting. Means by adding less, we're getting more. We just need to try. And when you know, it's much easier like to make extra step.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like one personal sort of trainer I remember I heard said, you know, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. All the big businesses that you know, they know their numbers. They know what's coming in, they know what's going out, they know how many items they sell, they know everything, right? But very often when people have small business, they don't really concentrate on the numbers, they don't look. And that's a mistake. Even if you have a small team, even if you're just getting started, etc., it's good to know your numbers. And it's good to know where could I go? You know, how much more can I do? How much my team could do? You know, what could this mean, etc. If you haven't yet watched, watch another video that I done on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube on my channel, which shows how you can make £3,444 within your first 3 months. That's again, it's just numbers, and it tells you about the incentive programs and how you can use them in a clever way, again, by having the right structure to earn more money in this business. But
I understand that Gediminas don't mean that you need to know, you don't need to know what exactly your people selling, what items they're selling. Maybe you know what you're selling, or but in our case, that is points. You know how many points accumulated you or your team. And exactly. Then step by step, we can go very high.
Perfect, guys. So we hope that you found it useful. We hope that you got value from this training. As usual, it will be recorded. We'll put it on our Facebook group and on the YouTube channel. Feel free then later to share it with your team members so they can watch it as well, understand these concepts, etc., and get benefit from that too. Great,
and
guys.
If you need some help finding this tool, or trying, like it's difficult to understand what, so connect with Gediminas or connect with me or with your upline, and we really will help you to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys. So let me go ahead and see if I can see the
Maybe
chat.
some people have questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I just very quickly wanted to see the chat. Nope, there's no questions. All right, guys. So have a great rest of your evening. And as always, we'll see you at the top.
Bye for now.